Hi, everybody.
Good evening, good evening.
Lucy, do you want to explain exactly what we're looking for with the picture round?
Well, I think I've messaged most people individually, but for the picture round this week, we are looking at the name of the TV show, not the individual characters. So, the name of the show. Retro Vintage Children's TV.
We'll leave it on for another 30 seconds or so, but remember, as usual, this will be back on at the break. We'll have a break halfway through as usual, and this will go back on for about 5 minutes then. So if you've only just logged on, don't worry about it.
We've got the usual rounds. The round that always changes this week is Crime and Punishment. We have a guest writer for one of the rounds this week.
Come to that one later, yeah.
And obviously it's all to play for with an official Lucy and Duncan quiz tea towel as a prize, which we haven't actually ordered yet. So there might be a bit of delay in the post by a week or so, but we will get one for the winner. So it's all to play for.
Something else that we're going to do this week is give the winners the option of authoring a round, one of my rounds, next week. So if you win and you're interested, obviously if you're not interested, no problem. But if you win, then you get to write either the general knowledge round, the sport round, or the geography and history round.
But obviously you then can't take part in those rounds next week, so we'll have to think of a kind of weighting system to total it.
Yeah, something like that. So as usual, we are sponsored by seriouslyfish.com.
For all your fish keeping needs.
I've noticed that my advertising revenue is still not really increased since the quiz started. So basically, you're on pulling your weight.
And we have some new players tonight. So hello to Danielle and Hannah.
Oh, hello. Hi.
They're new tonight.
So they can get on seriouslyfish.com and earn us some
buy
money.
some fish stuff. Danielle, do it.
Click on the Amazon link.
Oh, wait,
buy
hang
a load
on,
of stuff
hang
off
on.
Amazon.
She's just messaged to say our internet's playing up.
Oh.
Can you hear her? Is she there? Confirm.
So, as usual, you'll need pen and paper, sense of humour. Let us know your team names on chat as well, please. So I can see, for example, we've got Dale and Karen as the very miserable gits tonight because they were meant to be on holiday.
I'm not reading my dad's team name out. That's so inappropriate.
Dale and Karen were meant to be on holiday, and I do feel very sorry for them. That can't be fun. But they've had more holidays probably in the last year than I have in my entire life. So
they do nothing but go on holiday.
Exactly. So frankly, that's what I think of that. Anyway, 6 question rounds, 1 picture round. Write the answers down as you go. Answers at the end of each round, and let us know your scores in the chat. Wendy's online, Team Killer Cat. Oh, Denise and Ron are playing as well.
Oh, hi Denise.
Hi Denise, hi Ron.
Danielle and Hannah are off to Barnard Castle. That's their team name.
Off to Barnard Castle, okay. That's a
For an eye test?
Dominic Cummings reference to those of you who are unaware. Adele and AJ are the Meldrews. Tracy's team are the Sunseekers. Your mum and Gary are Team Geordie Jeans. And of course, we've got the Nerds, which is Paul and Claire.
Oh, they're here?
They are.
Replied to your message? No. How rude.
Anyway, let's just get stuck straight in. Round 1 is, as always, general knowledge. This could be yours. This could be your round if you if you do well this quiz.
I've already got it.
Question 1: how many sides has a? You know what? I should have rehearsed this. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce it. Oh my life. Heptadecagon. Yeah, there you go. Oh my life. Heptadecagon.
This is a good start. This is a really good start.
Heptadecagon.
It's
easy. Not a problem at all. 8, 14, or 17.
What? How many sides has a what got? Heptadecagon.
Wow. Red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry. I'm usually quite good at that kind of stuff. Anyway, how many sides does one of them have? 8, 14, or 17?
It's a hard one. That's not a good start. That's a hard start.
No, with multiple choice.
Oh, I know this one.
Question
Nutella.
2. Oh, you know this one. That is a surprise.
Would you say Nutella or Nutella?
I definitely say Nutella.
Some people
Question
say
2.
Nutella.
Which type of nut is used to flavour Nutella chocolate spread? Which type of nut is used to flavour Nutella chocolate spread? Question 3. Disney's 7 dwarves are Doc, Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, Sneezy, Dopey, and what's the name of the missing dwarf?
I told you I'm trying to work out the answer myself here. Remembered. Nailed it.
Disney's 7 dwarfs are Doc, Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, Sneezy, Dopey, and what's the name of the other one? Question 4. Which metal has the chemical symbol PB?
Ooh.
Oh.
Hard again.
Oh.
15 teams in the night? 40?
There's
14 teams in the night.
Yeah, there's 17 people on YouTube, but obviously that accounts for
the
some
people who use their
logging in
TVs
twice.
and stuff
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
use YouTube.
Question 4. Which metal has the chemical symbol PB? Question 5. What does AC stand for when used on a button on a calculator? Do you know the answer to this?
I know what it does. I don't know what it stands for.
What does AC stand for when used on a button on a calculator?
Danielle and Hannah have sorted the sound out, so that's good.
Remember, we do occasionally get this bizarre delay thing.
We tried to preempt that this week, didn't we?
We've tried to preempt it. We've
week.
done the kind of usual fix that we do, but do let us know, please, if we end up lagging. Question 6. Which beer markets itself as the king of beers?
Hang on a second. Fairly certain that's one of my week 1 quiz questions, that.
Oh, it was a long time ago. We're in quiz 9 now, Pet.
Quiz 9.
Anyway, why would you have that?
Because it was when I had a marketing advertising round.
Okay, that's your own fault because I told you to record the questions you use and you didn't. So
in an Excel spreadsheet. I'm not going to go through that every week and see what questions I
didn't say Excel, actually. I said Google Sheets.
Is that not still Excel? I think it is.
No, Excel is a brand of spreadsheet. Google Sheets is a brand of spreadsheet. Lucy is terrible on computers.
I am not.
I work with computers.
I am a normal amount of good.
Career,
I am a normal amount of good.
And I'm considered reasonably competent in my role. And yet, every time we have a computer technology question, she always doubts my expertise. Before
I went in the bath today, I fixed quite a complicated Plex issue that you couldn't help me with. So
I couldn't see the computer. You were on the stairs showing,
so that already rules you out of tech support on the phone, doesn't it? If you're going to see the computer,
mate, I'm so far beyond tech support. I don't even know. Anyway, question 7. Oh, now Auntie Av's just messaged saying that we've disappeared.
Oh, there's the only one who said that.
Have we disappeared, or is it an Avril and Bill problem? No one else has mentioned it.
But no one else has said, no, you haven't disappeared, it's all good.
Yeah, which is possibly a little bit worrying. Oh no, Dale says we're still there, that's fine. Question 7. Who drafted the US Declaration... Oh, we're back apparently. Who drafted the US Declaration of Independence?
I don't know.
Maybe the wind blowing a door, Pet.
I don't know, is what I was going to say there. But there is a musical about it. I can't remember the name of the musical.
Question 7. Who drafted the US Declaration of Independence?
I'm trying to think.
I can literally see smoke coming out.
What's that musical called? Or it's about that?
The Declaration of Independence?
No.
You're asking the wrong person about musicals, Pet.
No, it's not Hamilton. It's
Would you stop giving clues away, please?
That's a musical,
Question 8. It's also the name of... Yeah. If one side of a square is 10 centimeters long. What is its circumference?
I still don't think that's the right word.
So, yeah, if you
1776, that's the name of the musical.
Google circumference, according to some sources, it only applies to circles, but I mean, other sources say it applies to squares as well. So, if one side of a square is 10 centimeters long, what is its circumference?
I'm also keen to know what everybody's having or had for dinner tonight. I just like to know.
Let us know and we'll not read it out. Question 9. Which flower does the spice saffron come from?
Interesting fact. Saffron, by weight, is more expensive than gold.
Yep, very true. And it's because it has to be picked individually from this flower. There's no way of harvesting it in mass.
See, but you didn't know that.
Claire says perimeter, but as I say, like I googled, you can find countless sources online that use circumference for a square.
And Paul might know, is he not a maths teacher? And Claire works with Paul, so she probably knows as well.
Yeah, but Paul's also a PE teacher, I think, and an IT teacher, and having seen him use computers and play sport, I'm not sure. No, sorry, Paul, that's mean. I'm sorry. Paul sent me a video of him using a oh, nice. Paul sent me a video of him using a chainsaw on a tree earlier. It looked very out of place. It was very dainty. Anyway, which flower does the spice saffron come from? Is it an orchid, a crocus, or a nasturtium? Is that how I think that's how you pronounce it, isn't it?
No idea.
Nasturtium. Okay. Paul said it's defo circumference.
I don't believe him now.
Anyway, question 10. Who is the current deputy leader of the UK Labour Party?
I only learned who the Labour leader was. Was it yesterday or the day before when you told me? Thought it was still Gordon Brown.
Question 10. Who is the current deputy leader of the UK Labour Party?
Answers time. You've got a self-mark, remember. Don't cheat yourself. Just, score appropriately. If you think you deserve a point and you think we're wrong on anything, then feel free to challenge us. And then we can tell you why you are wrong.
I mean, there's definitely been times where we've been legitimately challenged.
We've been actually wrong.
Lucy's on one tonight. Trying to round everyone up to the quiz.
A lot of abuse to get
being very, very aggressive towards everyone. Why is nobody here? Anyway, question 1. How many sides has a
heptadecagon?
Heptadecagon. Wow. 17 is the answer to that one.
Do you want to draw it out and show people? I'll try and draw it out.
Yeah, you draw it out, Pet. Yeah. I don't think you can count to 17. The type of nut used in Nutella is hazelnut. The missing dwarf is bashful. It's lead that has the chemical symbol PB. AC stands for all clear. The beer that markets itself as the king of beers is Budweiser. The person that drafted the US Declaration of Independence was Thomas Jefferson.
That's definitely not what I was thinking about.
If one side of a square is 10 centimeters long, its circumference, not perimeter, is 40 centimeters. The flower that saffron comes from is an orchid. And the current deputy leader of the UK Labour Party is Angela Rayner. So, let us know how you did, please, in that first round. I think it was reasonably straightforward.
So is the saffron just the bit that comes out?
Yeah.
So you can just get that? If you've got orchids in the house, you can just pick that out?
I don't know. I presume it's a specific species of orchid. I don't know. Uncle Rob might be able to answer that one
I've drawn a heptadecagon.
Oh, right. Oh, well, I'll show you. We'll show that in a second. 8 for the nerds. It's a cracking starting score.
7 for Off the Barnard Castle. 7 for my dad's team, who I'm not reading out loud. And everyone, I think that's pretty
Adele and AJ got 9. And I think Adele's delighted.
That is amazing.
6 for Dale, 6 for Killer Cat. That's Wendy. 6 for Team Geordie Jeans.
8 for Tracy and them. Oh, the sun always shines on TV or whatever they're called.
So what did...
10 for the Wrinklies.
No, they're called Charlie's Angels, actually.
Oh,
excuse me. I'd be interested to know which one people got wrong. Which ones did people get wrong?
Paul's saying it's perimeter.
Oh, Avon Bill got 9. Excellent, right.
It's Claire who keeps saying circumference and Paul's saying it's perimeter.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I mean, it is circumference. Like, I'll happily fight Paul
Claire
if you want. Well, we'll believe whoever is on our side, Lucy. This is how it works. Straight
Moving
into round 2, I guess.
Crime and punishment. And for those who desperately want to know, this is kind of a heptadecagon. It's kind of like a circle with very subtle sides because there's so many sides.
I'm sorry.
Right. So, next round, crime and punishment. Question 1. Name the infamous maximum security prison, which is no longer used, which was situated on the island in the middle of San Francisco Bay. So, no longer used. I think it's a tourist attraction now. I think you can go there.
Even slightly listening to you.
Never mind then. Name the infamous maximum security prison, which is now disused, and it is situated on an island in the middle of San Francisco Bay. That's question 1.
Roker Park.
What?
No, is that not the answer?
You think Roker Park's in San Francisco?
Might as well be.
That means that you must really like Roker Park. That's a really confusing reference. Because San Francisco is very picturesque and pretty.
Oh, it's not. If you honestly, if you talk to people that have been in San Francisco, they say
in the pictures it looks really nice.
The bridge looks amazing, and actually there's insane
and
amounts of poverty and homelessness.
They've got trams, them like electric tram things.
Right, that's interesting.
Question 2. Serial killer Ted Bundy once worked at which organisation? So this is multiple choice. A, funeral home. B, suicide prevention hotline. Or C, the police. So, what? What is it?
Paul wants to know if you can have bonus points for naming some of the inmates on the previous prison.
No, that's not a question. You can't just make up points.
You can, however, tell us at the end, not now, you can tell us just for some pride points, because we'll think you're really mint if you can do that.
We'll be like, oh my god, Paul knows so much.
And as he, he desperately seeks our combined approval.
Although, is that Paul or Claire? Because I think it's Claire messaging. Definitely, because we don't want to say anything mean about Claire. But
she literally said, Paul said.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say that.
That's how I worked it out.
Ted Bundy once worked at which organisation? Was it a funeral home? Was it a suicide prevention hotline? Or was it the police? Question 3. Ted Kaczynski is better known by which nickname?
Is that how I pronounce it?
Well, I've only ever seen it written down. So I'm just kind of guessing. But I think so. Kaczynski. How else would you say that? Kaczynski?
Yeah. It's just the C and the Z sometimes can be a sh noise.
I'm not saying that. I don't know. Kaczynski is better known. No, it's Ted Kaczynski. Is better known by which nickname? Now, I'd heard of the nickname when I was doing my research, but I hadn't heard of Ted Kaczynski. But there is like a Netflix documentary or drama or something about him. So there you go. Netflix. Do we get royalties for mentioning that? Netflix. Will we get that?
Well, you can't even say it probably, so no.
No, I can't. 2 stars in, that's why. Question 4. Which serial killer performed as a clown at children's parties? So this is an anagram.
We haven't hired him, by the way.
We haven't what?
We haven't hired him.
The clown?
Just in case it made it sound like
I think this guy's dead now. Right. He was executed.
Stop giving clues away.
So serial killer performed as a clown at children's parties. The anagram is there. I don't think it's much of a clue, but I think he was executed by lethal injection in 1990.
Oh, see, you've given it away now because I know it. I know literally who that is.
You haven't got a clue. You know the answer and you said, I haven't got a clue. I told you the answer.
The answer is Chow Jane Yang.
Chow Jane Yang. Question 5. Colombian underworld boss Pablo Escobar dealt in what commodity?
I know the answer to this one.
You can tell that we've been searching through Netflix crime dramas for these questions. Not me. Well, yeah, me on my own. Colombian underworld boss Pablo Escobar dealt in what commodity? Now,
not even 5%.
At the last quiz, we had a serial killer specific round. But I was running dry on the serial killer question. So if I had to mix it up, probably some other crimes.
I think crime's good because it's there's lots of scope.
So I know, but it's kind of given people who have got a heavy interest in crime. And Dale's got that book he borrowed.
That was just serial killers.
Alison's a qualified barrister. We've got 2 coppers. My dad, who's unhealthily obsessed with crime and stuff. So, it's... There we have it. Question 5. Colombian underworld boss Pablo Escobar dealt in what commodity? Question 6. Which actress Sharon was murdered by Charles Manson? Now, it wasn't Charles Manson himself. It was the family. The family who did the murdering. He wasn't there, I don't think.
You should probably should have specified that, Pet.
Well, I'm specifying it now. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm elaborating on the question.
I know, it's just that some people probably turn your audio.
Probably.
I know I would.
And I'm sure it was the family. No, I'm sure it was the family. Which actress Sharon was murdered by Charles Manson's groupie commune family who were all obsessed with him? It was quite a while ago. She was married to a famous director who I think is fleeing America for raping a child or something like that. Right. Anyway, question 7. In which US state was the 1999 massacre at Columbine High School?
Sheena's just pointed out that one of my answers was wrong.
That's a good start. Yeah. 1 round in and you're already getting corrected.
So, just as a quick interlude there, saffron is a spice derived from the flower of Crocus sativus, commonly known as the saffron crocus.
So why did you say orchid? Where did you get that from?
Online.
Internet man.
I think it was the Welsh Herald. Anyway, so if your answer to the saffron question was orchid, then hang on a second. Did I even have crocus down as an option?
No,
it was saffron. Sorry,
unless it was like a Latin name.
It was Perseus and something else.
The genus. I don't know. Ask Rob. In which US state was the 1999 massacre at Columbine High School? So we're looking for the state here. Question 8. Which pro wrestler, I remember this, it was harrowing, which pro wrestler ruined his legacy by taking the lives of his wife and son? He then killed himself after that. So it was a pro wrestler. It was back when WWE was WWF. Which pro wrestler ruined his legacy by taking the lives of his wife and son?
It was an option. So please amend your scores. If you had crocus, you get a point. If you had anything else, you don't get a point, because I have just Googled that and crocus is definitely correct.
Question 9.
I think the Charlie's Angels must have only got 9 instead of 10.
Well, that means everybody who got it right. Anyway. Serial killer Dennis Rader nicknamed himself the BTK Killer. What did this stand for? So what did BTK stand for? We have Netflix to thank for this one as well, because we've been watching Mindhunter. So serial killer Dennis Rader nicknamed himself BTK. What did this stand for? Now, he is featured in Mindhunter, but he was very much a real serial killer and by all accounts a very naughty boy. He did a lot of bad things.
So Adele and AJ had crocus, which I think means that they are now 10 points.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Well done, very good.
All playful.
Mindhunter, by the way, is an excellent series if you haven't watched it. Very good.
This is an interesting fact about Mindhunter. For those of you who've seen Frozen, the Disney film, the voice of Sven not Sven. What do you call the blonde guy?
Olaf.
No, that's the snowman. Sven's the reindeer. I can't remember his name. The blonde one. Kristoff in Frozen is him from Mindhunter, the main guy. Anyway, right, question 10. Which American gangster was given the nickname Scarface? It's who the movie's based on. He was a real person. Which American gangster was given the nickname Scarface? We'll focus a lot on American stuff this week because obviously the serial killers that we focused on last week were a lot of British people. It was a good mix, a bit of Jack the Ripper and that. Yorkshire Ripper. Myra Hindley.
Bum, bum, bum. I'm not listening to you, Ben. Just in case you want.
Right, so there you have it. We'll go through the answers.
Whoa!
Oh, I nearly touched the laptop.
You do not.
Not allowed to touch the laptop.
The laptop. Alright, so we'll leave the answers up for a few seconds in case you need to catch up. And just to reiterate, if you had crocus for the saffron question in round 1, you get a point. If you had orchid or Napitia or whatever.
This is good for us because we often learn something too. We often learn that we
Often
do
learn not to
know
trust the
how
Welsh
to write
Herald.
quiz questions.
Anyway.
Right.
After you.
Answers. Name the infamous maximum security prison in San Francisco. Alcatraz. We'll wait for Paul and Claire's comments during this round. Serial killer Ted Bundy once worked at a suicide prevention hotline.
It's ironic, isn't it?
How?
Because he stopped people from killing themselves.
Probably so
that he could go and kill them, yeah.
Ted Kaczynski was the Unabomber. Which serial killer performed as a clown? This was your anagram, and it was John Wayne Gacy. He was Pogo the Clown, and by all accounts, quite a valued member of his local community from the research I did, until the police went in his house, found something smelling a bit weird, took his floorboards up, and found like 15 dead teenagers. Nice. So there's that. Colombian underworld boss Pablo Escobar dealt in drugs.
I think it was cocaine specifically, wasn't it?
Cocaine or drugs.
Claire and Paul have said Machine Gun Kelly, Birdman, and Al Capone were all in Alcatraz.
That's a film, Michael Keaton, isn't it? We
yeah,
haven't seen it.
Right, yeah.
Which actress Sharon was murdered by Charles Manson? It was Sharon Tate. She was in quite a few things in the 60s. And she was married to, was it Roman Polanski, something like that. In which US state was the 1999 massacre at Columbine High? It was Colorado. And the pro wrestler who ruined his legacy by killing his wife, son, and himself was Chris Benoit.
He ruined his legacy by killing himself, yeah. I mean, that would be a barrier to your future.
No, because you can still have a legacy if you're dead. Owen Hart died in the wrestling ring. He fell from his sign, and everybody's like, oh my God, Owen Hart's amazing. Everybody hates Chris Benoit now.
I didn't even know who he was.
Serial killer Dennis Rader nicknamed himself BTK. BTK stood for bind, torture, kill, because that's what he did. Not a very, imaginative name, I don't think that. Which American gangster was given the nickname Scarface? It was Al Capone. There we have it.
He was in Alcatraz.
Was he?
Yeah, that's what Claire and Paul said.
There
so
you go.
There we go.
It links. All linked.
And they're confirming that Birdman is a film. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, wasn't that long ago that Birdman came out?
I haven't seen it, but it gets good reviews.
So yeah, let us know your scores, please. Let us know how you did. 7 for Tequila Mockingbird. 6 for the Nerds. 8.5 for Charlie's Angels. That's
what was your half?
Good score. Yeah, what was your half?
You give yourself a half full.
They love giving themselves halves.
You can't just
They're right cheaters. That'll be my dad going, yeah, of course, that's fine. We'll have
got
half
2, Faith got 4.
Dale says he's been reading the wrong books this week.
Did he read the one that
4 for Dale and Karen, 4 for Tracy, 5 for Av and Bill, 4
Danielle
for
and Hannah
Wendy.
got 4, and they've seen all of the Netflix things that I mentioned.
I mean, to be fair, it genuinely was a hard round. I think I got 4 or 5 when I did this.
I think the last serial killer one we did was slightly easier because it was British stuff and it was stuff everybody could hit. I'm just getting another beer.
So I hadn't heard of the I hadn't heard of the Unabomber, John Wayne Gacy, Chris Benoit. So yeah, fair play.
Chris Benoit. Did anybody get Chris Benoit?
Did anyone get the Chris Benoit question? Let us know if you got the answer to that one. So round 3 is sport. Let's get straight in, I guess. Question 1. Which rugby team play their home games at the Stoop? Cheers, Henry Ben.
You're very welcome. The Stoop, the word Stoop reminds me of Hey Arnold. Did you ever watch Hey Arnold when you were a kid?
I did a little bit.
It was great.
Which rugby team play their home games at the Stoop?
Mixed scores for that last round.
Yeah, I mean, it was always going to be a
mixed
strange one, yeah. Question 2. The tennis tournament Roland Garros is named after a famous person. What was he known for? And here's a hint, it's not tennis.
The tennis tournament Roland Garros is... Oh, right, okay. That's hard. I wouldn't know that.
It's a little bit hard. He was famous though. If you're decent at history, this is not really a sport question to be honest. If you're decent at history, then this one shouldn't be too bad.
People get really competitive when there's a tea towel up for grabs, you know. An official Lucy and Duncan lockdown.
And the option to write your own round.
Yeah, ooh. Also, a chance to get your photograph featured in the weekly forthcoming Lucy and Duncan quiz newsletter, featuring previous
Lucy, man,
winners.
it's taken us 2 weeks to put this quiz together. Where we're going to find the time to.
But why have I been taking behind the scenes photographs?
Because you're some kind of creepy pervert. The tennis tournament Roland Garros is named after a famous person. What was he known for? There's kind of 2 answers to this. They're pretty similar. They're both.
You still can't just dish yourself out half.
Either of them is fine.
Do we find out?
Question 3: Who won the Golden Boot at the 2018 Football World Cup?
Was that when the World Cup was?
I
What I remember about the World Cup that year was when we were on Gosforth High Street with Paul and Dan.
Dan.
In that pub.
War Dan, yeah. Who won the Golden Boot at the 2018 World Cup? Oh, I see William got 2 in the last round.
I said that. I announced it.
It's because he's too innocent, man. That's a problem.
Isn't he in the RAF? I'm going to be innocent in the RAF.
Question 4. Which British person of colour won the gold medal in javelin at the 1984 Olympics? Interesting fact.
Ooh, I love an interesting fact.
I am mint at the javelin.
That's not that interesting. Probably not true.
I threw javelin at a county
Although,
level.
you do throw a tennis ball really well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's indicative of anything, but...
It is. It's a similar kind of motion, yeah. No, genuinely good at the javelin, yeah.
I'm not good at throwing stuff.
Which British person of colour... Yeah, no comment. Won the gold medal in javelin at the 1984 Olympics? I appreciate that's a tough question.
Yeah, it's a very tough question.
Yeah. No comment.
Half the people playing weren't born then, and the other half were and probably weren't interested in javelin.
No, I think...
That's a very specific question.
It is a specific question.
I would just be making up a name and writing it down.
The person that won is quite famous and is on TV
Have I
reasonably
heard of
often
them?
now. No.
Is it Chris Akabusi?
I'm not going to say, because he is a person
No,
of
but
colour.
have you put a Chris Akabusi question in this week? Because
I can't answer that, can I? Because that could be the answer.
If you don't know the answer,
Question
just put Chris
5.
Akabusi and have a point.
Which Premier League striker has raised more than £20 million during the pandemic to feed vulnerable children?
I'll tell you who else has raised a lot of money during the pandemic to feed NHS workers. Matt Lucas. I was going to say George Dawes, but that's his name with the potato song. Thank you, baked potato.
None of that is really that important, though. The Seriously Fish ad revenue has gone down.
Oh, yeah,
that's
has it
no
not?
good.
Has it not?
Get on there, click some ads.
Not only has it gone down, you've actually had people contacting you complaining about the ads on the website.
The fish nerds. I've had a fight with the fish nerds this week, believe it or not.
I don't know how you can run a website called Seriously Fish and then say other people are fish nerds.
No, it's not like I do it because I keep fish, is it? You're more of a fish nerd
than
me with the
I don't
tadpoles.
want any.
Which Premier League striker has raised more than £20 million during the pandemic to feed vulnerable children?
If anybody wants to be part of our own version of the baked potato video, they should contact us and we can do it.
We're not doing it.
We are. I've already agreed with Dan and Tracy.
Oh, that's good, because they can do it, and then you can just not be involved in any way. That'd be perfect. Question 6. Who did England beat in the 2019 Cricket World Cup final?
No.
Tracy says baked potato is fab.
It's amazing.
It is good.
The Rick Astley one.
The Rick Astley one.
No, I like the Rob Brydon one.
Rob Brydon when he did it when he goes in a huff.
If you haven't heard of the baked potato one, it used to be on Shooting Stars, and Matt Lucas
he's amended it.
Yeah, he's re-released it for COVID in the NHS. Go on to YouTube after this, not now. And look for a baked potato song, Matt Lucas, and it comes up with all these different celebrities who are doing it with him to raise money in it. It's absolutely brilliant. So we are going to do our own. It was my Auntie Tracy's idea. You're going to be involved. Are you going to not?
I'm categorically not.
We'll see.
I'll let you know that right now. Who did England beat in the 2019 Cricket World Cup final? You know I don't partake in fun.
That's true.
If it's not golf, table tennis, or computer games, just not interested.
You can hold a golf club.
Oh, well, in that case. Question 7. The Pittsburgh Penguins play which sport?
This feels like a very difficult sport round with a lot
I don't
of
think this one's
best guess.
yeah, I mean this one would be a guess, but personally I think it's reasonably straightforward guess. The problem with sport is like if you've got
to cover so many.
If you make it easy for everyone, make it accessible for everyone, then people who are even slightly good at sport will just get 10.
No, but the only way to make it accessible is to make sure all 10 questions are based around Quidditch, and then you've got it.
Question 8. The first rules for netball were drawn up in 1895. In which country did netball originate?
I used to play netball.
You've told this story countless
so
occasions.
Bad.
Well, I've seen your hand-eye coordination. It's not gonna. It's not.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it. I hated when the smelly bibs. I hated the teacher. I didn't like it.
That's why
Danielle remembers the teacher.
It's why you've got. It's why you've got no
like
competitive kind of ethic. That's why.
As soon as there's a bit of competition,
you just kind of fall apart.
I compete with myself.
That's a really low bar. What was that horrible little thing you've just done? In which country did netball originate? Question 9. Name one of the top 2 countries in both men's and women's field hockey. This one again is probably a bit guessy, but I wanted to put a slightly different sport in.
Is it a country people have heard of, or is it one of the less known?
No, they're both well-known countries. So the number 1 in men's is the number 2 in women's, and the number 2 in men's is the number 1 in women's.
That's quite cool. I used to play hockey. Oh, it's terrible.
Terrible that as well. And I hated the teacher.
I can't even remember the hockey positions. I remember having a hockey stick.
I had a goalkeeper. My mum used to play in goal, I think, if I remember correctly, yeah. Name one of the top 2 countries in men's and women's field hockey. Question 10. True or
true.
false?
I'd be terrible at that as well.
Yeah, you would. Lucy can't iron shirts.
I'm not iron. Can't iron anything. I'm really bad at ironing.
True or false? Extreme ironing is a real sport which people compete in.
Danielle says you can't count PE lessons as playing hockey.
She's right.
I was on a hockey team for like a week in year 7.
What? You being
because my cousin Katie gave me her old hockey stick and I played in a match against Dame Allen's.
True or false? Extreme ironing is a real sport.
I'll tell you who would be good at that.
Compete in.
My Auntie Lorraine.
Yeah?
She likes iron. My Nana used to
Is she agile?
Did ironing? I was talking about hockey or ironing.
No, extreme ironing.
Yeah. How's it extreme? I would be good at extreme decorating. You've seen the way I balance on a ladder to do stuff.
There's the questions.
Don't feel bad if you score terribly. They were ridiculous questions all around.
I think it's going to be a mixed bag. I'd like to think people could get kind of...
I would have got none. I would have got none.
Yeah, actually, looking at it, if you're not great on sport, then it is pretty tough. There's a few that are guessable though. Anyway, the rugby team that play their home games at the Stoop is Harlequins. Yeah. Which team did Sam Walton used to play rugby for?
Sam Walton's not here. You don't need
the Harlequins.
You do not need to pick up Sam Walton.
Sam used to play for Harlequins. Anyway, Roland Garros was an aviator / fighter pilot. If you've got an aeroplane pilot or fighter pilot or aviator, any of those are absolutely fine as answers.
Nobody's got that.
It was Harry Kane who won the Golden Boot in 2018.
Isn't that him from One Direction?
Tessa Sanderson was the person of colour who won the gold medal in javelin in 1984.
Never heard of it.
The Premier League striker who raised more than 20 million is Marcus Rashford. No. Anyone who reads the news will have the answer to that one.
Nobody's got that.
Like, I'm pretty sure everyone will have got that.
The only Premier League person anybody's ever heard of is Steven Gerrard.
I don't try and make this banter on your rounds. So why don't you pipe down?
No, it's relevant.
England beat New Zealand in the 2019 Cricket World Cup final. The Pittsburgh Penguins play ice hockey.
I was going to say ice hockey.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it could have only been 3 sports really. The first rules for netball were drawn up in 1895. It was the USA that netball originated in. You could have had either Australia or the Netherlands, Holland, whichever one you want to write. Either of those gets you a point. And it is true that extreme ironing is a real sport.
What's
now, the reason
extreme?
the reason that I asked if your Auntie Lorraine is agile is because basically extreme ironing is traveling to really dangerous locations such as caves and on the sea and all that kind of stuff, and ironing while you do it. And basically, if you manage to iron a certain number of garments, then you know.
But where do you plug your iron in?
I think I don't know if it's like one that you charge and then take with you or whatever. I don't know.
To be fair, a lot of people did really well.
Yeah, so let us know.
I take
4
back
for
everything
Faith,
I said about it being nil.
9 for Tequila Mockingbird. Oh, hang on, no. What? Hang on. Faith. Oh, no, Faith got 7 in that round. It must have been the previous round that you got 4 in. So 7 for Charlie's Angels, 6 for Will.
Hey, everybody's done really well. How? Those questions were impossible.
I would imagine that everyone would have got number 10 because you're going to guess true for that, aren't you? Yeah. Kind of regardless. I'd like to think that people got Harry Kane and Marcus Rashford and New Zealand as well for number 6. And ice hockey as well. I think that one was guessable. What did we get on the YouTube chat? Adele and AJ got 4, 5 for Team Geordie Jeans.
I thought it was a really hard round. I must know nothing.
Well, yeah, like you literally say this every single time the sport round comes on.
I don't know nothing about sport. Maybe I should just...
9 for Avril and Bill.
That's really good.
That's a really good score, yeah. Okay,
break time. We'll put the picture round back on.
Yeah, so we're going to have a break now for probably 3 or 4 minutes, and the picture round is back on. Please remember, it's the name of the show that we're looking for, not the name of the characters. Although, obviously, in some situations, it's the same thing.
Number 7 was one of my favourite shows as a kid.
Yeah, that's really interesting. See you soon. Hello again.
Welcome
we
back.
are back. I'm going to leave this on the screen for another 30 seconds or so. Okay, round 4.
We haven't changed it.
Right.
I haven't changed it. Right. There's no bonus. Ignore that.
That's not a Wii situation again, by the way.
I haven't changed it. There's no bonus.
There is no bonus in this round, so
bonus.
please ignore that. But this is the music round, so that is correct.
Okay, question 1. What is the name?
Do you want to let, just in case people are kind of just coming back, I'll let people catch up a little bit.
Is everybody caught up? How will I know?
You just leave it a little bit. It's common sense, really.
On the screen. What is the name of Miley Cyrus's father? Now, interesting fact, Miley Cyrus, who was Hannah Montana.
She's doing it again.
Who?
ALISON.
She's asking.
No, she's asking for help with the picture round. But a daughter has told her off. No. I'm sorry if you can hear
They're up.
them.
Enough.
Okay, sorry about that.
Question 1. What is the name of Miley Cyrus's father? Now, you interrupted my interesting fact there. Miley Cyrus played Hannah Montana, and her dad played her dad in the show.
Mm.
Oh, that's quite interesting. So, what is the name of Miley Cyrus's father? Question 2. What instrument did Phil Collins play when he was a member of Genesis? What's the dog doing now?
Lie down on God. So if anything goes past at all, he's going to go crackers.
What instrument did Phil Collins play when he was a member of Genesis? Question 3. Which band recorded the theme song to the TV show Friends? So that is, which band recorded the theme song to the TV show Friends? One of the best and most iconic theme songs of all time.
It is very good.
Question 4. Which song starts with the line, "You know your problem, you keep it all in"?
Why did you look at me there?
I don't know. It just felt relevant. Question 4. Which song starts with the line, "You know your problem, you keep it all in"? Question 5. Complete the missing lyrics. This is one of my favourite questions. Blank, 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 blank. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. So complete the missing lyrics. Blank, 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 blank. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Question 6. What?
Slow down.
Why? If you know it, you know it.
Don't say that. That makes no sense. One of the questions you asked me yesterday took me about 45 seconds to remember.
Only because you were sitting on your phone. Question 6.
Untrue.
What was the name of the showgirl at the Copacabana? So that is question 6. What was the name of the showgirl at the Copacabana?
It's hard this round because I keep wanting to sing the songs.
I know. Question 7. Name all 3 members of N-Dubs. Kids that love N-Dubs. So question 7. Name all 3 members of N-Dubs. I say it's for the kids. You can guarantee your dad will get this one.
My dad?
I bet he'll know. I don't know. I just got a feeling he'll know.
No.
Question 8. He likes his
He might know one of them. Yeah, you might know the famous one.
Question 8. They're all famous. One of them was going out with Cheryl Cole. No, that's not true. Is it? No. Question 8.
That was good.
No, I can't forget this evening, or your face as you were leaving, or the opening lyrics to which song?
I didn't know that song.
You did?
I didn't. When you played it, like there was a refrain in it. I thought, oh, I know this. And then as it went in, I was like, I've genuinely never heard that before.
Really? I thought you did.
So if you don't get this one, don't blame me.
Everybody will get this one. It's been...
Dale's livid at the end of his question.
At the what?
He's livid at the end of his question.
Because he loves them.
He's actually asking for you to be sacked.
Is he really? N Bloomin' Dubs FFS.
Hey, not allowed to say that on YouTube. You guys banned.
No, I won't. No, I can't forget this evening, or your faces you were leaving are the opening lyrics to which song? Right, question 9.
Then again, you did play Creep by Radiohead to our not even 3-year-old son this morning.
That was you. According to the Beatles, who picked up the rice in the church where her wedding had been? So question 9, according to the Beatles, who picked up the rice in the church where her wedding had been?
Claire and Paul want to know if they can have half a point for knowing 2 of the 3 end-ups.
If we get them right, then yeah.
Okay, I think that's fair enough. If you get 2 of the 3, you can have a half point. If you only get 1, no, soz.
Fraser Campbell? Was one of them going out with him? Oh, I can't remember. Question 10. What is the opening line to Club Tropicana by Wham? And you have to get all of the words correct for the first line as per the answer you will see in a minute. So question 10. What is the opening line to Club Tropicana by Wham? Now that is your music round. Can we have the answers on the screen, please, before I end up accidentally touching the laptop?
Mm-hmm. Let me just write this super important message.
I mean, it's not time critical. You can just...
There's a knack to it.
Is there?
Yes. Well, you've proven on a number of occasions.
Miley Cyrus's father is called Billy Ray Cyrus. He sang Achy Breaky Heart. What instrument did Phil Collins play? It was the drums. And it was the Rembrandts who recorded the theme song to the TV show Friends. And the song, don't nobody stop saying Achy Breaky Heart, it's very distracting. You know your problem, you keep it all in, was the song that starts with the line with those lyrics is, you keep it all in. It was right there. It was right there in the question.
By
The Beautiful South.
Yeah. You don't need the name of the band.
Just like that murder in 73. Completely missing lyrics. It was Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. You can have Jolene times 4, but it was Jolene.
I absolutely love that song.
I know you do. That's why I'm surprised you didn't get the answer right. It took you like 10 minutes to think.
Yeah, but you know, me and lyrics, it's an issue.
The showgirl at the Copacabana was Lola. N-Dubs members are Dappy, Talisa, and Phaser.
So you can have half a point if you get 2 of the 3
N-Dubs. I mean, I had a TV show being
But
N-Dubs.
if you only get 1, you get 0 points.
Say what you like about N-Dubs, right? I used to watch that being N-Dubs show, and Dappy was nothing but a staunch professional.
Yeah,
he really was.
To be fair, yeah.
No, I can't forget this evening, or your faces you were leaving, or the opening lyrics to Without You by Nielsen or Mariah Carey. You don't need the singer. Anyone who's seen Bridget Jones should get that one, because that's what she sings in the first Bridget Jones movie when she's all lonely on the sofa. According to the Beatles, it was Eleanor Rigby who picked up the rice. Eleanor Rigby picked up the rice in the church.
Oh.
She was going out with one of the Northeast footballers. I can't remember who it was. Danny Simpson. It was Danny Simpson. Is there a Danny Simpson? Was he a person? Yeah, it was him.
Newcastle right back, yeah. Now plays for Leicester.
What is the opening line to Club Tropicana by Wham? It is, let me take you to the place where membership's a smiling face. Brushing shoulders.
And I presume we're only accepting
100%
accuracy on that.
My dad says he got Wilson, Keppel, and Betty for the N-Dubs question. That's
so
silly.
Let us know how you did, please. Let us know how you scored.
I try to keep it mixed.
We've
got a very mixed age range playing, and it's difficult.
Will you stop calling my dad old? That's harsh.
It's a very mixed age range. Like
he's only 82.
Danielle
7 for Charlie's Angels. That's pretty good. Can Charlie's Angels tell us if they got the N-Dubs question? 7.5 for Killer Cat.
Danielle and Hannah would have had 10, but they put Razor, not Phaser.
Razor. Still better than I got, which was 0. None. No, I got Dappy. That's not. Did I?
I love Dappy. I thought it was great.
Anyway, 6.5 for Team Geordie Jeans.
9 for.
I'm curious to know how Avon Bill did on this round, because I suspect that's probably a pretty tricky round.
Everybody should have got Eleanor Rigby. Everybody should have got Lola, and everybody should have got the Rembrandts. They're all quite.
7 for Adele and AJ.
Oh, Will got 3.
Will only got 3. Fair, that's probably still better than I would have done. Anyway, I've done that thing again I didn't need to do, but that's fine. There's my face. Hi. I'll just stay here and you can look at it.
So how are we working this? Because your dad is playing tonight.
Yeah, so for this round, we have a guest author. So if you win this week's competition and you want to do a round, then you will get your name or your team name or all of your names or something that I'm going to be bothered to write on the slide.
Did they get a Spicy Fish t-shirt?
No, they definitely don't get that. That's my dad did this because basically come 10 o'clock this morning I had done exactly 0 rounds on the quiz. I've had a busy week.
He's not playing this round though, so he's in a team.
So he's in a team, so Charlie's Angels can still enter into this, but obviously my dad can't help. And I trust him. If he cheats, like I know where he lives, we can organise to have his house bombed.
It's not him that's a concern in that team, it's your Aunt
I know, Alison, I know.
She works
in the justice system and she's just a bad sport.
Charlie's Angels are without Charlie. Hang on, so who's the Angels? Alison and Rob. I thought the 3 of them were the Angels.
It's proper weird.
It's a weird name. You need to change it.
Anyway, question 1. True or false? Sydney is the capital of Australia. Charlie's Angels say they got the answer to the N-Dubs question. I don't know if they're telling the truth.
I think your dad. That's what your dad would know.
You might be right. Like you might be right.
He reads the paper.
You might be right.
I think he would know.
True or false? Sydney is the capital of Australia.
It could be that Rob and Alison are hardcore N-Dubs fans.
Could be.
We don't know. We don't know what they get up to with their music taste.
Question 2. The controversial. Now, that's a minor understatement. The controversial, hideous film Birth of a Nation was issued in 1915 as a recruiting tool for which organisation?
When you say hideous film, my mind automatically goes to the Human Centipede.
Human Centipede 1, not even slightly hideous.
I can't watch it. I haven't seen it.
Obviously, the idea behind it is a bit random,
some things you
but it's
just
not too bad.
See.
Human Centipede 2 is the worst film I've ever. Not in terms of like it being a terrible film. I mean, in terms of
the thought process behind the
everything.
The film.
So it's for those of you that don't know about Human Centipede 2.
Just don't watch it. Save yourself the hassle.
If you know what Human Centipede 1 is, Human Centipede 2 is a person with like pretty severe learning difficulties trying to replicate Human Centipede. The guy in Human Centipede 1 was a doctor, so at least he knew what he was doing. He was clean, he was surgical, he was obviously very warped, but 2
it disturbs you, it stays with you. The thing is, horrific. I was playing with Harry's Thomas the Tank Engine trades yesterday, and I connected them all together in a line, and straight away my mind went to Human Centipede.
Right, I mean, that's nothing to do with Human Centipede, that's just exclusive to you. So Av and Bill got 7 in the last round, and they're asking if they get a bonus point for not knowing who N-Dubs are. Yeah, you can have 10. The controversial film Birth of a Nation was issued in 1915 as a recruiting tool for which organisation? Question 3. What did the Romans call Scotland?
What have the Romans done for us?
Scotland is not the answer.
Aqueducts. Sanitation.
Roads. What did the Romans call Scotland? I don't know. She's gone. She has now had 2.5 stars. So.
Well, yes, they've done the roads, but what else?
True.
What else have they done for?
Nothing important. Sanitation and roads. Question 4. The Battle of Goose Green was fought during which war? Now, this round is what I'd consider reasonably difficult. Like, we've had a bit of a mix with the geography and history rounds, but this one is reasonably difficult. Not the hardest, but reasonably challenging. This is one of the more difficult questions.
Having 2 history teachers in one team always feels a tad unfair on this one.
Well, this one's actually got, I think it's got 6 geography and 4 history, so it's, they don't do that well on this round because the geography always lets them down. Battle of Goose Green was fought during which war? Question 5. In which country did the first human-to-human heart transplant take place? There is a real possibility that I've already had this question.
You haven't. You definitely haven't.
There's a real possibility that I've already had this question.
Haven't.
Faith says it's very, very true that the geography lets them down.
It's because humanities teachers are tunnel visioned.
Right, so that's a bit of a ridiculous statement, right? You've just said humanities teachers who by definition teach more than
No,
just
humanities is geography, history, and RE.
Yeah, and
So
you
if
just
you
said
teach
that
RE,
tunnel vision.
you don't care about geography and history.
But that
so
makes
you
no
focus on
sense,
RE.
does it? Because if you're an English teacher, what else would you be focusing on? Anyway, in which country did the first human-to-human heart transplant take place? Question 6. Under what name is Gregor Efimovich, I think that's how you pronounce it, better known?
It is, yeah.
2.5 stars. She'll be asleep in 10 minutes. Under what name is Gregor Efimovich better known? If you want to send me a sound recording of the correct pronunciation, feel free.
We need some photographs of Sheena drying her dishes or drying her bench with the tea
just
towel.
generally, or with the
With
tea towel that you won
the
in
tea
the
towel
quiz?
for the newsletter.
Question 7. The name of which European capital city is derived from the two towns situated on either bank of its main river? I can see the steam coming out of your ears again there,
I'm trying to work
Pet.
out what the question's asking. The name of which European capital city?
The name of which European capital city
That's a good one. That's a good one.
is derived from the two towns situated on
Is
either
that one of
bank
them
of
that
its
when you
main
know
river?
the answer you go, oh.
No. Was that the...
That was Harry.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Little git. I mean, lovely son. Question 8. What nationality was Sir Edmund Hillary, the first person to climb Mount Everest?
What do you do with your head?
What nationality was Sir Edmund Hillary, the first person to climb Mount Everest? Question 9. What is the state capital of Tennessee? If you don't know the answer, but you can think of some southern North American like city and town names, then just have a guess, because it's a famous one.
I'd love to go somewhere like that. I wonder if I'm right. Hang on, I'm going to see if I'm right.
You just write it down. I can tell you if you like.
I don't think I am. I'm thinking of Louisiana. Is that Louisiana?
I mean, it's not the correct answer, but I legitimately can't read that. Oh, no. Question 10. Which area of France is famous for breeding black bulls and white horses? Yeah, it is. When you know it is definitely one where you go, I knew that. There's an anagram for this one. I'm going to give you a bit of a clue. The anagram has the word "the" in it. The answer, yeah.
And I think that my brain can't reorder anagrams. This is why I'm always really bad at the conundrum on countdown. Like, I can't reorder the letters. Can you? Are you good at anagrams? I'm not good at anagrams. I'm good at nonograms. I'm really good at nonograms.
Anything to do with numbers, but not really words and letters. Which area of France is famous for breeding black bulls and white horses? Now, we have some fluent French speakers.
Who?
Uncle Bill. If you know the answer to this, would you mind texting me the pronunciation of it before the answers come out, please?
Kind of as a voice message. I want to hear how it's actually pronounced.
Well, I don't know if they can because it's just a SMS.
Okay.
So anyway, I don't know actually. Answers, questions, sorry, for round 5. I'll leave them up on the screen for a sec.
I'll get the washing in.
So, true or false, Sydney is the capital of Australia. It is false. I think it's fair to say that a lot of people would expect Sydney to be the capital, but it is Canberra. Canberra. The Birth of Nation was used to recruit for the Ku Klux Klan.
Ooh. Sorry.
Right, so they've just sent me the pronunciation. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Avon Bill. Appreciate that. The Romans called Scotland Caledonia. The Battle of Goose Green was fought during the Falklands War. The country that did the first human-to-human heart transplant was South Africa. I think it was Cape Town. Gregor Efimovich is better known as Rasputin. The name of the European capital city that we're looking for there was Budapest. The nationality of Sir Edmund Hillary was New Zealand. The state capital of Tennessee is Nashville. I bet there's people going, I knew that.
What do you call someone from New Zealand? Not Kiwi.
A New Zealander?
Is New Zealandish?
No, a New Zealander. That's literally what we... So, yeah. Anyway, and the area of France famous for breeding black bulls and white horses is the Camargue. So apparently that's how you pronounce it. Camargue. There you go. So, just in case there was some kind of dodgy G or something. Let us know your scores there, please, for that round. The historians,
more round to go.
7 for the historians. William got 8. Well done, son. Good effort. 6 for Tequila Mockingbird.
Ooh.
Unexpected result there.
7, Faith.
5 for
2
the very
for Diane and Hannah. 7 for me.
miserable Gits. 8 for Adele and AJ. 2 for Wendy. And got the last one as a pure guess.
What about Geordie Jeans? How are they doing?
Charlie's Angels got 10 even without Charlie.
How are you, man? Nah, I don't believe.
Well, no, I mean, yeah. If you Avon Bill got 10, happy to hear that. 4 for the Nerds. 6 for Tracy. 3 for Team Geordie Jeans.
I did not know that Rasputin was known as anything else.
Oh, there you go. What do you just think that was his birth name? Did he?
Well, I thought it was something Rasputin. I thought Rasputin was his last name.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
For the Boney M song.
Yeah, fair enough. I would take that. Okay,
that's really good. Well done, everybody.
Quite mixed
Not
scores on that one,
round.
to be honest. Yeah, mixed scores, but that's fine. Thanks
I think they've all been mixed, haven't they?
Alan Raitt for authoring that and doing me a favour.
Bailing you out.
Yeah, bailing me out. That was genuinely useful. I've done that thing again. What we going to do now?
Film and TV. Last round. And then we'll give you the picture round answers after this.
Yep.
And get your totals in and find out the winner of the elusive tea towel.
Let's get stuck in.
Question 1. Which actress became the first woman to play Doctor Who? Now, I'm a big Doctor Who fan. And fine, I'm not going to talk about Doctor Who if you're just going to sit there and sigh.
I didn't say.
You know I love Doctor Who.
I didn't say it all.
But I
rolled my eyes, but didn't say.
I'm not against a woman Doctor Who because I think she was fab. No,
sexist.
I think she was fab.
Sexist.
But I hated her group of people that she was with in her seasons.
I thought she was terrible.
I thought she was good. I thought she was good, and I thought Bradley Walsh was good. But the guy, I don't know his name. What was his name in the show? He was such a bad actor. Such a bad actor.
I didn't even think she was good.
It was the worst thing I've ever seen, and not just on TV, ever.
I definitely think that a female Doctor Who could have worked as well. I honestly
well,
thought
Doctor
she was
Who, they did change, didn't they? Because the master changed.
Claire loves Doctor Who as well.
Does she? We have a Doctor Who doormat. The master changed from him from Life on Mars to her from Planet Earth. Okay, question 2. Mary Poppins is nanny to which family? So it's Mary Poppins is nanny
Rolled my eyes again there in case you missed it.
Is nanny to which family? So we're just after the surname of the family. I don't expect you to name all of them. I know some people probably will know the names, but it's just the last name of the family in the original Mary Poppins movie. Question 3.
Claire says Alex Kingston would have made a class doctor. I don't know who that is. I'm looking.
Which member of the Beatles?
Oh, that's it's her that plays. What's her face? What's her
River.
name? River. Yeah.
Which member of the Beatles?
I agree, by the way.
Which member of the Beatles narrated the first series of Thomas the Tank Engine? Now I feel like when we do the answers, we should do maybe a little ode to someone from Thomas the Tank Engine as well. R.I.P.
Okay, yeah.
Which member of the Beatles narrated the first series of Thomas? No, because they might put that as the answer, so I don't want to.
Okay, fair enough.
Thomas the Tank Engine. What profession was Ace Ventura? No word of a lie, that is my dream job, this profession.
It's not a real job.
Oh, it's such a good job.
It's not even slightly a real job.
What profession was Ace Ventura? I used to love the Ace Ventura films. Have you seen them? Have you seen them both? Love them. Love them.
Can't stand Jim Carrey.
Love Jim Carrey. Love everything about Jim Carrey.
your kind of level of humour.
I just love him. No, he's really good in
Just rolled my eyes.
the thingy of it. What do you call it? The thing of the spotless mind.
Oh,
because it's serious. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Because it's serious. He's not funny in that, but he's got good range. Question 5. What is the capital of Westeros in Game of Thrones? So we're looking for the actual capital where everything goes on. Actually, everything goes on everywhere in Westeros, isn't it? There's loads of stuff. The capital of Westeros in Game of Thrones. What's that face for?
I'm watching you looking at me.
I'm trying really hard not to look over here because I'm aware I've got to look here, and it's really distracting seeing my face out the corner of my eye. I have excellent peripheral vision. It's better than my actual vision, and I can just see myself out the corner of my eye. It's really distracting. Question 6.
You look lovely though.
What is the name of Jack Sparrow's ship? Now, Jack Sparrow is a character in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. We want to know the name of his ship. I think I've only seen I've lost count of how many Pirates of the Caribbean movies there are now.
14, I think.
In the first movie, he's got a ship. What's the name of it? I don't know if his ship's called the same thing. And it's famous.
It's definitely in other ones. It's definitely in other films because at one point it gets taken off him.
Can you remember when we were in...
The first one was really good.
We were in Whitley Bay for something with your dad, like a food festival or something a couple of years ago, and Jack Sparrow was just wandering around to advertise the pirate escape room.
Oh, yeah.
So we're looking for the name of Jack Sparrow's ship. My dad and Tanya took me to Disneyland a few times, and we went on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride before it was ever a film, and it was sensational.
Before it was a film?
Before it was a film, yeah. It was a ride. It was a ride first, and it was absolutely incredible.
Interesting.
Question 7. Which US comedy actress created the Netflix show The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt? Duncan hates it.
This is an interesting show, right? Because
the theme tune.
It's got the best theme tune of all time
in the world.
However, it is also simultaneously the worst program there's ever been on TV.
No, but I think it's a cult thing. It's terrible. The storyline's terrible. The acting's terrible. But I'm fairly certain it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. But
because they're good actors and everything else. So the main one, her who plays Kimmy Schmidt in this, is in Bridesmaids, and she's spot on in Bridesmaids, so she's not a bad actress.
No, none of them. Yeah, I don't think any of them are bad actors. It's a really
what do you call the other one? Who plays Jenna in 30 Rock? It's an all-star cast, but it's not great. It's easy watching.
If you don't know The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt,
it's great. Watch it. Stop what you're doing. Just turn the quiz off and go and watch it now because it is incredible.
Don't. Anyway, just kind of take a guess.
And then go and listen to the theme tune after the quiz because the theme tune is great. Question 8.
Sick of hearing about that show already.
Which Disney princess's dress changes colour as she dances with her prince at the end of the movie? Now, the reason it changes colour is because there are two controlling fairies arguing over what colour the dress should be, and they keep changing it.
That's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it?
A blind man on a galloping horse would get this.
I don't know the answer.
Well, of course you don't know the answer because you don't watch stuff like this, but I think most people will know it.
So in that case, your analogy with a blind man on a galloping horse doesn't really make much sense because I'm not blind. I'm not on a horse.
Stop splitting hairs. Look. There's 2 possible answers because you can have a name or her princess name.
Oh, you give them both. Give them a point for both.
Yeah, either or is fine, but you don't get 2 points for having both. So either or.
Is it Sophia?
Well, interesting fact, right? This genuinely is interesting.
What have I done?
The fairies who are changing the colour of this particular princess's dress are the teachers at the school that Sophia goes to. That is interesting. Question 9.
Sophia the Princess is great, by the way. It's literally
that's also got a great theme tune.
It's literally better than Unbreakable Kimmy.
Question 9. Ant and Dec first worked together on which children's TV drama?
Right. If you're from up here and you don't get this, then
I reckon some people might put this. Look, I reckon some people might put that. Remember that? I used to wake up early.
Is that not the answer then?
No.
All right. Okay.
You know that's not the answer.
Well, no, I know what the answer is. I just didn't know which one came first.
The other one came first. So question 9. Ant and Dec first worked together on which children's TV
of course. And that's not a children's TV drama anyway.
That's not drama. It's definitely for children though. Question 10. Last one. What was the name of the dog in the Steve Martin movie The Jerk? I'll give you a clue. It's a bit naughty.
I highlighted the wrong thing.
Well, no, because that's what I'm looking for. The name of the dog. That's why I highlighted it.
You haven't been consistent with it.
What was the name of the dog in the Steve Martin movie The Jerk? So that is your last round. We'll put the answers on the questions on the screen, and then you can have a have another look in case there's anything that you're missing or anything you want to see again before we go through the answers. And then you'll be able to see the answers to the picture round. And then we'll find out who the winner of the Tito is.
Ready?
Yep.
Go.
So it was Jodie Whittaker is the first female Doctor Who. And I genuinely thought she was good, but her cast did not half let her down. Apart from Bradley Walsh, she was amazing. I would have had
Michelle Obama.
Mary Poppins is nanny to the Banks family.
Didn't get that one.
Which member of the Beatles narrated the first series of Thomas the Tank Engine? It was Ringo Starr. And can we please have a moment to respect Michael Angelis, who died? Was it last week he died?
I think it might have even been this week. Yeah.
Big Thomas the Tank Engine fans in this house.
As well.
Yeah, really, really sad because he was genuinely incredible. Ace Ventura was a pet detective, which is just the perfect job. It really is.
It's not a real job, man.
Yeah, I bet it is. I bet you if you go to America, I bet that's a real job.
Well, yeah, obviously.
The capital of Westeros is King's Landing, and Jack Sparrow's ship is called the Black Pearl. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt was created by Tina Fey, and the Disney princess's dress changing colour, that was Aurora or Sleeping Beauty. No, we still don't know. Don't do that thing. You can have a point for Aurora, a point for Sleeping Beauty, but you can't have 2 points for both. So there you have it. Ant and Dec first worked together on Biker Grove, and the name of the dog in the Steve Martin movie, The Jerk. Steve Martin, Move the Jerk. That must be the same in the question as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I missed that. It's probably because the question was so boring.
It was Shithead. That was the name of the dog.
I've got a respectable YouTube channel going on here. Thank you very much. It's got important table tennis content on it.
You knew what the answer was before I said it out.
I was expecting you to blank it out and then not say it. This is a family friendly. We could have had Phoebe playing.
She's not.
Hey, honestly, I'm very.
Oh, wait, no, Phoebe is playing.
Oh yeah, nice, well done. Phoebe, I'm very sorry. That's horrible. Anyway, let us know your scores, please. Let us know your scores. 4 for the very miserable Git. 9 for Tracy.
8 for After Barnard Castle.
Oh, nice. 8 for Team Geordie Jean. 7 for Adele and AJ. 8 for the Nerds. 8 for Charlie's Angels.
7 for me dad.
That's some pretty good scores there.
What one did people get wrong then?
I'm going to... well, obviously the Kimmy Schmidt one.
In Shithead, I bet as well. Sorry. But I bet it was a niche mark. I bet my dad got that one right. Because I think he's in the Jerk.
Des says, I wouldn't worry. Phoebe's heard me working from home too much. Charlie's Angels, 8. 8 for the Nerds.
6 for Faith.
Some good scores. I'd be surprised if Av and Bill do well on that one. 7. Nice. Very nice. Because they always say that US film and TV in particular is not there.
Nearly every single one of them is.
So that takes us into the picture round.
There are your answers.
The herbs.
Parsley the lion. Parsley the lion from the herbs.
The Jetsons. Rainbow. Johnny Bravo. Trumpton. Dogtanian. Button Moon. Mr. Ben. Is it Mr. Ben not got 2 N's?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
And Chuckle Vision. I got 2. No, I got 3.
You can get Dogtanian.
I've never heard of it.
Dogtanian and the Three Muster Hounds.
That's not true because you bang on about it incessantly.
It had the best theme tune. It went ruff, 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 ruff.
Yeah, thanks for that. Bodger and Badger, Jetsons, and Chuckle Vision were the only ones I got. I didn't even get Rainbow.
You can get Rainbow.
I said the Muppets, if you remember. Anyway.
Badger loves mashed potatoes.
So let us know your scores for the picture round and let us know your overall scores, please. Make sure you count them properly.
We're just out of 70 this week, aren't we? We're not out of
70 this week. No bonus.
100% for Wendy on the picture round.
Oh, nice. Well done. 6 for Adele and AJ on the picture round. Total 49. That's a really respectable score. Well done.
8 out of 10.
7 for the picture round for Dale and Karen.
55 for Tequila Mockingbird. Is anyone beating 55? 44.
10 for Team Geordie Jeans.
Ooh, I knew she would get Dogtanian and Mr. Ben.
Well, I would hope so.
Why?
Because she raised you.
I've never seen an episode of Mr. Ben in my life.
Oh, right, okay. 43.5 for Geordie Jeans.
So Tequila Mockingbirds are the one to beat. Are they?
44.5 for Faith and James. Yeah, 55 for Tequila Mockingbird.
Is anyone beating 55?
39.5 for Killer Cat.
Who's Killer Cat? Wendy.
44 for Tracy. 7.5 on the picture round for Charlie's Angels. They must have done pretty
What's your
well.
half? What's your half on the picture round?
Yeah,
Why do they keep doing?
Hang on a second. What's your
I've
half?
got Badger and not Bodger.
I bet that's what it is, you know. You can't just keep giving yourselves half points, you dirty cheaters. Honestly, 37 for William. I don't think he's too happy with that score. That's probably because he got 2 in that round. 7.5, man. Honestly. Faith, will you have a word with your mother when you next see her, please, and just explain? She cannot keep giving herself half points.
Unless they're
Honestly.
pronounced.
Shocking. Yeah, there was. It was the Badger. Someone said Badger. You cannot have a half point for that. You got 7. You cheating people. Gits.
Look, is anyone beating 55?
Alright, I'm just waiting for Avondale's score.
What did Geordie Jeans get, did we say?
7 again in the picture round. Total
close.
54. Oh, so close. So close. Oh no, 52. The miscount is.
It's not that close.
I'm going to take another point off for the miscount. Dale says if we include our half point, our amended total is 75. Right, so well done, Tequila Mockingbird. If you would like to do for next week the general knowledge, the sport round, or the geography and history round, just let me know.
What we would recommend is, if you're going to do that, either Des or Sheena write the round and then the other one takes part and the other one sits out.
You can do it that way if you want, or you can just do it as a family. However you want to work, it's absolutely fine.
But if you all do it, then you're going to
just let us know, please. We don't need the round until Friday, so you've got plenty of time to do it. Just let us know in advance which one you want to choose.
If you don't want to as well, because we'll be listening to
yeah, of course. Yeah. If you don't actually want to do it, that's absolutely fine. Just let me know that as well.
Or Phoebe could do it.
So
she said we'll do general knowledge.
Right, cool, excellent. So thank you very much for joining us again. It has been fun as always, and we'll be back at the same time next week. 8 o'clock.
And next week in advance, because Paul put a pretty good suggestion in last week, so the picture round will be celebrities as children.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. So we'll do that for next Saturday.
Okay, yeah. Thanks very much, folks. Bye.
Bye.